you, folks. Very kind of you to give me such a warm welcome, but you did get in for free, so it's only to be expected, really, wasn't it? Hello, folks. My name is Paul Stockman, and what you're about to witness is absolutely real. Nothing has been pre-arranged with anyone, and no time during this performance will I use any form of hypnosis. There are no hidden cameras, no technical equipment. In fact, the only tools I have are mine and your imaginations. I'm going to be calling upon those imaginations and various volunteers throughout the next 7.5 hours. It's not Mark Spellman's DVD, is it? Please don't be shy about coming up. I promise I will not embarrass anyone. Time is going to play a real important part in tonight's show. I've always found it an interesting phenomenon that many of us have an inbuilt body clock, almost like a sixth sense when it comes to time. I wondered if it would be possible to tap into this sixth sense and somehow control it. Going to be working with that now and throughout the show this evening. And I'd like to set something up. Could I ask you to come up to the front? Do you mind? Give this young lady a round of applause. Hello. Your name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Turn and face your audience, Lisa. Lisa, do you have this inbuilt body clock?
Yes.
You wake up just before the alarm clock goes off every day?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a time on this clock, okay? It's a time that I don't want you to see. So bear with me a second. Can we synchronise our watches before we go any further? Has everybody got roughly sort of 28 minutes to 8? Yes? I'm going to set a time on this clock. Please don't look. Face the front if you can. I'm going to place it into this envelope. And I'm going to place the envelope over there on the stand. The next person to touch this clock and the envelope will be you, Lisa. Lisa, what I'd like you to do in a second, I'm going to send you back to your seat. And I'm going to give you this whistle. At any time during the show, and it's going to be 1 hour and 10 minutes, I want you to blow that whistle when you get a feeling. The important thing is I don't want you to blow the whistle at a time you've already set on your watch, okay? I want you to blow it when you get the feeling. Don't be influenced by the people around you, and certainly don't be influenced by me trying to get you to blow it, okay? I'm hoping you'll blow that whistle at precisely the time I've set on that clock. When you blow the whistle, you'll come and collect the clock. We'll make a note and we'll come back to you a little later. Round of applause for Lisa. She makes her way back to her seat. Okay, let's start influencing some minds. What I have here is 4 chairs. Here are 4 envelopes, and in a moment 4 volunteers to do nothing more than come up and take a seat. Let's have our first volunteer. So would you mind coming up? Give this gentleman a round of applause. Nice to see you. Your name?
Chris.
Chris, this is Chris, folks. Chris, come and stand here with me a second. Chris, what you have here is 4 chairs. Let me tell you something about these 4 chairs. Chair number 1 is right here. Okay. Chair number 1 is the most comfortable of the 4. And now it's certainly the warmest. Chair 2 and chair 3. 60% of the population would sit in one of these 2 chairs if I asked them to. If you sit in one of these, you will know that you're quite common. Chair number 4, all the way down here, it's a long way to walk in front of everyone. You would say you would need to be confident, others conceited to move in this chair. But you know what, it almost sounds like I'm trying to influence you to sit in a particular chair. Chris, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a number on the back of one of these envelopes that will hopefully correspond to where you're going to end up sat in the next 5 minutes. So what I'd like to do is ask you to turn away, or else I'll write a number. Okay. Chris, take a seat, any seat you wish. Go for it. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to look for a lady. Madam, do you mind if we use you? Before we go any further, can you just confirm that Chris is now sitting chair number 4? Yes? Come on up. Give her a round of applause. She makes her way up. Thank you. And your name?
Vera.
Vera, nice to see you, Vera. Turn and face your audience. Vera, there are 3 chairs left. Now, you may think it's a little easier for you now because you only have 3 chairs to choose from. But if you're like me, you're the sort of person that goes into a cinema and you'll sit as far away from everyone else as you possibly can. Put you in this situation where people are watching you, you're being analysed, you'll feel that you should sit next to Chris. Of course, now I've said that, you probably won't. So what I'm going to do, Vera, I'm going to stand behind you. I'm going to write a number on this envelope. Hopefully that will correspond to where you're going to end up sat in the next few moments. Take a seat, Vera. Let's have another gentleman. Do we have a gentleman? Sir, you back there. Before we go any further, Vera should now be in seat number 2. Is that right? Perfect. Come on up, sir. Give him a round of applause as he comes up. Nice to see you. Your name?
Joe.
Joe, nice to see you, Joe. Quietly spoken. Joe, it's really easy for you because you've got 2 chairs to choose from. If you sit in there, you're sat in between 2 people, you'll feel comfortable that way. Out here, you're going to be closest to me, but it is a free choice. Can I ask you to face that way, or else I'll write a number on this envelope? Okay, Joe, take a seat, my friend. One more person. Let's have another lady. Do you mind if we use you? Come on up. Your name?
Alex.
Alex, nice to see you, Alex. Alex, turn and face your audience. You have one seat to sit in, okay? You'll have no choice. But I am going to give you a decision in a moment, so if you can just take a seat for me. Alex, this one I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to give you, I have some cards here with numbers written on the back, 1 to 4. I'm going to give you those cards. I'll let you select a number and pass them on. Pass them on, whichever way you wish. You select a number, choose it. I'm going to pass it this way, take a number, and turn so your numbers are facing the audience for me. Okay, you've each selected a number, random decision. You've taken a seat, now you've selected a number. What I'd like you to do, if you're not happy with the number you've chosen, swap your number with someone else. So you don't have to, but it sort of makes it more interesting if you do. Go for it. You don't have to. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to count from 3 down to 2. And then down to 1. Each time I count a digit, someone can stand up from the seat they're in and move into someone else's seat. You don't have to, but it sort of makes it more interesting if you do. 3. First chance now for somebody to stand up from the seat they're in and move into someone else's seat. They will then have to move to your seat. They'll have no choice in that. I'm going to count again. Remember, it makes it more interesting if you do move. 2. Second chance now for somebody to stand up from the seat they're in and move into someone else's seat. What I'm going to do now is count 1. Remember, 1 of you can move, 2 of you move, 3, or all 4 of you move and change everything that's gone before it right now. Move seats. Okay. Chris, was it? Yeah. Chris, you started off down there somewhere, you moved around, you selected a number, you swapped that number, and now you've swapped seats. If I gave you the envelope that I wrote number 3 on, would you be happy with that, or would you like to swap your 3 with somebody else? No. You're quite happy with that. In which case, right at the back, take hold of that. You got number 2. Would you like to change with 4 or number 1? Or are you happy with number 2? Get a feeling you want to change. Yeah, go for it. Number 1. Interesting. Do I change? No, stay where you are. Just change numbers. Oh, change numbers. Number 1. There we go. You got number 4. Would you like to stick with number 4? Or would you like to swap with number 2? You're happy with that? It's right in the front. Take number 4. You got number 2. No chance to change. Hold on tight to that. Can you confirm now that the number I wrote on your envelope at the beginning of this piece now matches the number card you have? Yes. Yes? Can I ask you to open your envelopes up for me? I'll take your, put your numbers underneath if you like. Quickly as you can. Open your envelopes up. And hold those coloured cards to your chests for me. Drop the envelopes underneath your chair, you won't need them. One more instruction. Go and stand behind the seat that you're now sat in. Ladies and gentlemen, what you've just seen here is probably the purest form of suggestion. Chris, did we ever meet before this evening? No. Did I ask you to do anything in particular before you came up? Nope. Nope. Did I hypnotise you before the show, ask you to make certain moves? No, she wouldn't have remembered anyway. The purest form of suggestion. Take a look. Good. Very nice. Give these people a round of applause. Sweetheart, thank you for coming up. Give these people a round of applause as they make their way back. Thank you, darling.